To the end zone for a touchback.
Come on. Hey.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got a man, complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go up top again. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Let's go now. Right there.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
To throw on 2nd down, Rankin. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Buccaneers had 4 and 10 now on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rankin.
And he fires one incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere.
Come back in! Come back in! 50 Bobcat!
To throw on third down. Rankin. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 11. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's caught. Here's Langford. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Only 5 on this play to move the sticks. On the carry, it's Hood. Ooh, the juke. They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on third down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. In motion left goes a tight end. On second down, Leslie. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Leslie, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The tight end in motion right. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one taken just inside the 10. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Rankin. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pirates.
Operating from the gun. Rankin. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
18, Pioneer.
On 3rd down, Rankin. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2nd quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Operating from the gun. Rankin. That's out wide here for Robin. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's got room at the 30. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit.
Jason Sanders, the kickoff for Miami.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Warriors 17. Go.
Back to throw. Rankin, he's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Buffalo 18.
Throwing again. Rankin. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
19 White. Ready.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-0.
Buccaneers, Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Mustang 19. Cowboy 80. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Check mash.
To throw on second down. Rankin. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Jalen Phillips in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll run on first down. Leslie. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now a handoff up the middle. Leslie. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams would take that every single time for the first play of the drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but hold on, okay, you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
70 Lions. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 3.
Off the play fake. Rankin. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that
He's got a man, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Going right side here, and that's complete. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Rolling to his right. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. 1 second, all that remains. And a dump off here to Robinson. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
The first half, no contest. What will the second half bring? As we are back and underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to... He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far. But you got to figure, when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a first and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
19 target, 19 target.
They run here with Hood. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchback's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. When guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taken in at the 3.
Dolphins take over first down at their own 23-yard
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's
caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Miami. 69 yards. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
They get this out left. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn up.
Touchdown, Dolphins! From 4 yards out, and the Dolphins are pouring it on. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Hurt! 65 yards!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rankin. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On play action, they'll throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now back to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
18 Cardinals. Ryan.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Dolphins continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Jason Sanders, the kickoff for
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll go right back to Thomas, complete again. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Dragon 60.
They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Warriors 70.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. To throw on third down. Rankin. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ramsey. And he is going to have a box first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a counter, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. but they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Back to throw again. And now here is another interception. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken just shy of the 10.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Ready up.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. They'll go up the middle with White. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on third and about 14.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Maverick. 79 Broncos. Trap 50, trap 50.
Throwing on third and long. Rankin. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
65 jack, 65 jack.
On first and 10, Rankin. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight and do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away from the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Throwing after the interception. Rankin, the quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hurt. Right there, hurt. Check pass. Hey.
Looking to throw. Rankin. He's got Otten. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
Here we go.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
18, Pioneer. Dragon 60. Rattler.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This one taken in by Otten. Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Warriors 70.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rankin. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because you're...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for Buccaneer TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defense in front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Miami, and even 70 yards.
What is this? You're getting paid for.
Let's go.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Come on.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. And they will take a knee here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they take a knee.
On the 6.
Usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Dolphins, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line.